Well, straight first to the latest reports that are coming in from Jammu and Kashmir on the terror attack this morning. The terrorists have attacked an army camp which houses an artillery unit in Janglote area in Kathua. The three terrorists are still inside and engaging the troops. The army has launched 2 helicopters to locate the exact spot of terrorists who are hiding near this artillery unit stationed in the camp. The army is also planning to airdrop para-commandos to neutralize these terrorists. Reports also coming in of an explosion inside the army camp. The terrorists opened fire with automatic assault rifles and lob grenades. One soldier too has been injured according to initial reports that are coming in from the army camp. The army has ordered closure of schools, colleges, offices in the area, and in an operation similar to last year's attack at an army camp in Samba, 3 to 4 terrorists who were in combat uniform first stopped a white Bolero car in Dayalchak in Kathua. They opened fire indiscriminately, killing one person and injuring 3 others. They then hijacked this Bolero and fled. This car has now been found abandoned near the army camp, which is now under attack.
Suspected terrorists attacked at Diyalachak area of Hiranagar area of Jammu, and they attacked pilgrims. 3 are seriously injured and 1 is dead. All the vehicles have been, police has sealed all the areas. You can see how the commandos are working here. It was basically a white Bolero vehicle, and this is another vehicle. They are just searching the area whether they can change the vehicle. That is the reason that the commandos have been deployed and all the areas has been sealed. The school and colleges of Jammu city, they have also been they have been told not to open the school and colleges, and the commandos have been deployed on Jammu Pathankot National Highway. No vehicle is allowed inside of Jammu without the checking and frisking of the vehicle. Police is suspecting that the terrorists may change the vehicle. That is the reason they are checking all vehicles. Commandos have been deployed on all Naka parties areas. That is the reason the alert has been sounded and in Samba, Kathua and Jammu districts. School and colleges have been stopped, and the army installation, they have been told to be alert all along the area because of terrorist attack. They can attack somewhere because the last time they attacked Samba and Hiranagar area and 10 people were killed. Ashwini Kumar for Headlines Today in Jammu.
Headlines Today Strategic Affairs editor Gaurav Sawant is joining us on the phone line. Gaurav, reports coming in of a massive explosion that has been heard from inside the army camp. At the same time, there are also reports coming in of how the army could now rope in para-commandos. Just take us through the latest of the anti-terror operation that has been launched.
What sources are telling Headlines Today is that the army has already exchanged heavy fire with these terrorists. The special forces are already a part of this operation. These terrorists had tried to attack a rocket unit of the artillery on the highway itself, but better prepared after the Samba incident of last year in September 2013 when an army unit, a cavalry unit was caught off guard. This time the army was well prepared. The QRT responded immediately. The special forces also deployed immediately. They've apparently isolated these terrorists. Now the number, whether it's 3 or 4, we are still not sure. But the army suspects that 1 or 2 have either been neutralized or they are not in a position to fire back. Now the intensity of firing from the side of the terrorists for the moment has reduced. The army also launched a helicopter for an aerial view, if possible, of this area where these terrorists were isolated. Also, the J&K police has put an outer periphery around that area to ensure these terrorists do not escape from there, and the army is slowly moving in to ensure that at least they do not, the soldiers don't get injured. 1 soldier has been injured in the firing. The terrorists are firing with military precision, is what my sources told me. They're also lobbing grenades to distract the army or to ensure the army doesn't come too close. But at this point of time, the army says it appears at least 2 terrorists are down. Whether they're injured or killed, we do not know just as yet. Combing operations also on, but 1 or 2 terrorists are still out there and still firing at the security forces, and they're very heavily armed, is what our sources are telling us, Ruchika.
Intense fighting that is on at the moment. Gaurav, just stay on with us. Also joining us on the phone line right now is my colleague Ashwini Kumar. He's reporting from outside that artillery unit. Ashwini, just take us through the latest situation on ground as we see these anti-terror operations unfold. The army units, the security forces, all trying to neutralize these terrorists.
Yeah, Ruchika, the firing, the range has it has slowed down, and the people who are managing the contact with the militant, they said suspectedly, they said that 2 militant may have been killed because there is a less firing, and there is a very small intermittent firing from the militant side, and they are suspecting that 2 have been gunned down. And till the bodies will not be recovered, they can't confirm it because all the operations still going on. The army has used para-commandos also, and choppers are being used to drop the commandos here because they have attacked the army camp, Janglote area in Kathua district, and for around 3 hours they were roaming in the Bolero, white Bolero, and the vehicle has been recovered in the Janglote Nala, and police is searching the area, and the combing operation has been started till the bodies will be recovered from the encounter site, and the senior security officers, they are on the IG and DIGs, both are there, and CRP is also rushing there because 121 battalion of CRP is also there. Their bulletproof vehicles have been more sent from Jammu area to kill the militants, and the international border, the BSF has been alerted. There may be more sneaks because this is a very vulnerable area. Last year also they came from the Hiranagar area, they attacked Hiranagar police station, and then army camp in Samba area, 10 people were killed. Same situation is there. Early in the morning they crossed around between 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. and
right.
Then they traveled up to the area on the national highway, and they abducted this vehicle of the Radha Swami, and 1 person is killed in a civilian and 3 are injured. They have been shifted to area Jammu area of medical college, and they are very critical, and all 3 are from the Punjab area. Yeah, Ruchika.
All right, just stay on with us. We also spoke a little while earlier to Major General retired Sheru Thapliyal on this terror strike that has been reported from an army camp in Kathua, and whether there is a set pattern that seems to be emerging, the manner in which these militants appeared in combat uniform and how they may have sneaked in again from the international border with Pakistan.
Yeah, that area appears to be prone to this because that Hiranagar area is close to where the firing is going on in Janglote area. There is an artillery unit there, 1 or 2 I think. But I'm sure what they would have done this time was to inform all concerned, which was not done last time. First thing is to inform all units, everybody in the area, so that everybody is alert and aware, and no forced entry or that kind of a thing can take place. And I'm sure they'll be able to eliminate these fellows. They are all fidine, they're prepared to die. The aim should be to contain the collateral damage. So there is a forested area through which these fellows can come. And apparently even after last time's incident, whoever is manning the border there, the BSF or must be the BSF, they aren't very alert it appears.
Let me go back again to Gaurav Sawant, who's still with us on the phone line. Gaurav, in the aftermath of the attack that took place at an army unit in Samba, I believe there were some revised SOPs that were put in place. In this case, again, we saw that how the police and the security forces were on chase of these 3 to 4 terrorists for almost 4 to 5 hours. They were not intercepted before there was indiscriminate firing that was heard from the army unit. Does it again point to the lack of interaction between the civil and other agencies for a quicker response?
Ruchika, the systemic changes that we were hearing about after that September 23 Samba incident in 2013, where we lost a lieutenant colonel in a terrorist attack at a cavalry unit, it was talked about getting the army and the civilian security establishment on the same wireless network. While that's a time-consuming process, My sources tell me that the process hasn't even been initiated. It's still stuck in files. But information flow was faster from the first engagement with these terrorists to the subsequent engagement that is taking place outside the rocket unit at Janglote. The army, of course, is better prepared because after Samba, the army had revised its standard operating procedures, not just in J&K, but had extended it to Samba, Kathua, parts of Punjab also, to ensure that there is better security, their establishments are better manned and can respond quicker. Because in the Samba cavalry unit incident, the entire cavalry regiment was out on a military exercise, a physical training exercise. They were unarmed. They could not take on the terrorists initially, but their response was commendable. That the commanding officer, or whether it was excess use of power, that he used a tank to target terrorists, but it achieved the purpose. All terrorists were killed in an armor fire, and a high explosive heat round was used that time. In this case also, the units were better prepared. The QRT responded immediately, and they've engaged the terrorists, they've isolated the terrorists, and if initial reports are to be believed, at least 2 terrorists have been neutralized, if not killed. The firing is considerably reduced because they're unable to fire back unless this is a trap and the army is taking no chances. And this is a better joint operation between the army, the CRPF and the Jammu and Kashmir Police Special Operations Group. So they appear to be better coordinated this time, but we will know how quickly can they wind up the entire operation without either collateral damage or any injuries to self.